The Eurasian Economic Union remains open to mutually beneficial and equal cooperation with constructive-minded countries and organizations, and the circle of EAEU preferred partners is steadily expanding year by year. Last year, trade agreements were concluded with Mongolia and the United Arab Emirates, as well as with Indonesia. Negotiations on trade liberalization with India have intensified. We certainly support draft decisions to launch work on free trade agreements with new promising partners.
Putin has dropped a bold dare to Donald Trump, holding absolutely nothing back as he spoke on India and Europe. Russia took center stage as leaders gathered for the high-stakes Supreme Eurasian Economic Council meeting. Hugs and handshakes filled Astana as Vladimir Putin arrived and addressed the Eurasian summit with confidence. Putin delivered no-holds-barred remarks during the Eurasian Forum even as fresh attacks continued to rock Ukraine. The Eurasian Economic Union has inked a new deal, seen by many as a message aimed at Trump and Europe. Russia is now eyeing a major economic shift as Moscow accelerates trade negotiations and deepens its outreach to India.
Friends, as our colleagues have already noted, the fact that on this day, 12 years ago, May 29, 2014, the founding treaty on the Eurasian Economic Union was signed is indeed quite symbolic. Our countries have been consistent and diligent in working together to carry out the provisions of this document, which has helped us create a highly effective integration group. The assessments we have heard from our colleagues, including both positive views and criticism, demonstrate that the Eurasian Economic Union has been generally successful in its efforts and continues to develop. The common markets of goods, services, capital, and labor have been created by and large. We have been expanding our multifaceted cooperation in trade, finance, and other domains. This is how we are building a single, effective, and inclusive economic space. I would like to place a special emphasis on the fact that in the current environment, close-knit Eurasian integration has managed to offer tangible benefits to all participating countries, helping businesses generate higher revenue, while also improving the quality of life and well-being for the people of our countries. The key macroeconomic indicators of the 5 member states have been following a sustained positive trajectory, which speaks for itself. The aggregate industrial output for the Eurasian Union has increased by 1.6%, agricultural production was up by 4.6%, and there was a 4.2% increase in construction. We have been witnessing growth across almost all sectors of the economy. Last year, trade between our countries reached $95 billion, and its structure is improving with more shipments of high-technology products. Meanwhile, the share of raw materials has been declining in our trade. We have been consistent in removing trade barriers within the EAEU and harmonizing non-tariff regulations. Our countries are carrying out almost all their settlements in national currencies. Therefore, we have reliably shielded our mutual export and import operations from external influence and negative global market trends. The participating countries have been taking measures to further harmonize their customs laws. We are about to approve yet another decision on this topic. Our countries have developed effective value-added chains by expanding their cooperation in manufacturing, while also promoting import substitution, introducing advanced technology and innovation. The EAEU has launched a mechanism for the concessionary co-financing of promising industrial projects. Loans for these purposes are extended at interest rates considerably below market levels. It is only natural that such a subsidized lending scheme has attracted keen interest from the business communities of our countries. To date, 2 joint industrial projects have already been actively implemented. Financing applications for 3 have been approved, and a further 14 are under review by the Eurasian Commission. The decisions we adopt today will enable us to extend this positive experience to other key areas, including agriculture. This is particularly significant given that food security issues have traditionally received considerable attention within the Eurasian Union. Through our joint efforts, we aim to ensure the independent and uninterrupted supply of essential categories of domestically produced agricultural goods to the domestic market. Another step forward in this direction will be the instruction to be adopted today regarding the common market for agricultural plant seeds. The Russian side fully endorses the other integration decisions submitted for consideration by the Supreme Council pertaining to cooperation in the electric power industry, the services sector, and a number of other industries. Colleagues, we have repeatedly noted that the Eurasian Economic Union and our integration efforts attract considerable attention abroad. This point was likewise underscored during today's proceedings. Many foreign states and major regional structures, such as the Commonwealth of Independent States, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, have expressed interest in developing ties with our 5 member states. For its part, the EAEU remains steadfastly open to mutually beneficial and equitable cooperation with constructive countries and international associations, and the circle of preferential partners of our 5 member states continues to expand. Last year, trade agreements were concluded with Mongolia, the United Arab Emirates, and Indonesia. Negotiations on trade liberalization with India have intensified. We fully support the draft decision to commence negotiations on free trade agreements with new prospective partners. Naturally, we will carefully analyze all aspects of this process. In conclusion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev and our colleagues from Kazakhstan for their efforts during Kazakhstan's chairmanship of the Eurasian Economic Union and for the organization of today's meeting. I would like to emphasize that deepening allied ties with all EAEU member states is a paramount priority for Russia, and we intend to continue contributing in every way possible to the development of integration processes throughout the entire Eurasian space.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.